start, so get busy out there. Here we go. Fioravanti deep on this one.
Ooh.
Can he make it out? And he does. That's a nice start for the Italian.
That was very, very dicey.
Oh my God, we've got a full group of geeks here.
You.
My name is Leonardo Fioravanti, and I'm from Rome, Italy. I started surfing when I was 6 years old in a little town called Cerveteri. You know, when I started surfing, for me the dream was to be on the world tour, was to compete against the world's best. And so I think the best part about being on the world tour is just to be there, be grateful that I'm there, that I'm with the top 36 in the world, and that, you know, I'm still chasing my dreams. Last year when I had my win in Ericeira, it was also so special because I had all my family there, you know, on the beach supporting me, and just that whole event was an event I'll remember for the rest of my life. When I'm not surfing, I love to play some golf. And it's a sport that every location we go, there's a really good golf course. So it's a good way for when the contest is off to get out and just get your mind thinking about something else. And it's a really fun sport. I haven't had so much luck with injuries, and a lot of people know that. But I think the spirit that I have of never giving up, and you know, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger, and I truly believe that. When I first had my back injury back, you know, in 2015 at Pipeline, and then my shoulder and, you know, a few other ones, each one has made me stronger. Each one has made me realize that the only way to get through this is hard work. And that translates into my life, that translates into anything I do. They was hard, huh? My competitive strengths, I think, are the amount of time that I put into this life. You know, I'm somebody who spends a lot of time in the gym and is really, really focused on making sure that my body is feeling at 100%. I'm somebody who, throughout my whole career, I've always fought for what I've had to achieve. And so in heats, I think I never give up, no matter, you know, how far behind I am, whatever score I need, or if there's 30 seconds left, I always believe it's possible.
Fioravanti, the Italian, with some room to move in the pin. Leo into daylight.
I hope that when I finish my career, I'm the surfer who leaves giving everything. That I always fought so hard, that I was somebody who never gave up, and that, you know, I always did it with a smile on my face. For me, it's not about what people think about me. I want to make sure that I do what I do what I want to do, and that's enjoying every moment, being grateful, doing it with a smile, and like I said, fighting until the end.
Leo Fioravanti up and riding. Beautiful projection lip glide. Carves holding the rail through that turn number 2. Another big carve from the Italian surfer. Keeping his board going, keeping momentum, chalking up some points here. Looking for a big finish, and does so. Whips through the lip. Let's take another look at this wave from Leo Fioravanti.
Yeah, second wave of the set. Sebastian Zietz with priority took the first one, Leo on the back, and is he going to make Sebastian pay for that mistake as Leo just goes to town on this one? 3 solid turns already. Nice variety, nice flow, a little bit of pizzazz as well. I love that little layback snap under the lip. He was trying that all day yesterday, and finally pulls one off here this morning. Finishes strong at the end of that wave, so that's going to better his 7.50.
Round 1 heat, as we now pick up on Leonardo Fioravanti, who's done a number of trips to Fiji, so even though he's in the rookie role here, he knows the reef, and a beautiful backdoor section. He'll adjust, he'll come out on the high line. Now, Leo does the wrap, back into the tight section, beautiful face ahead, and he'll jam it. Lovely stuff here as he links through the inside section. Now, dangerous zone here. Can he complete for the numbers? Throws another snap and another little set of hip movements. So good number here for Leonardo Fioravanti, possibly. While the panel work on the second ride of John, Leo will activate as well. That's a strong turn, good definition. And that is a very strong turn to back it up. So Leo goes to work here. Little slopey section now. In fact, it's a little double up on the inside. So pushing it all the way through. Wow.
John needing a 983. Let's have a look at this wave. A bigger set wave. This is a little bit more like it. Watch this first turn. Just hooking into it. Beautiful positioning right there. And again, straight into the next maneuver. Throwing a bit of tail out the back. And again, rattling off 3 solid turns. Finishing strong as well. Leo Fioravanti is on fire.
We can see them coming. We see them swinging. We're just going to watch Leo here for a second.
Well, Leo here is going to go back into that pose, and he's going to hold his line beautifully now. He'll accelerate, and we're holding our breath here because Leo's trimming through. He's going to find the exit. Yes, he's loving it, and why shouldn't he? That is a real great run through the track there. Now, Rich, let's talk about that just very briefly. This run. Let's have a look at the replay of this, though, as he engineers this.
Yeah, nice tube stance. Just grabs the rail, slides in, as did Michel Perez. Chucking in for quite some time. Comes out and then got that little bonus section and connected nicely with it. So, combination of maneuvers there.
Lose your marbles if you've got a heat coming up with conditions like this.
Dream start for the Italian. Pete, take us through this ride.
Well, of course, you know you want to start off a heat with an excellent ride. Well, look at this. We were waiting for the score of Miguel Pupo's last wave, and this set was coming in. Positioned himself perfectly deeper than Sebastian Zietz, and this is the gift he got. The second wave of the set, and he just went off on it. To a T, found a beautiful wall that slowed up just enough to be able to kind of hook some snaps, and look at the score right there. It's a solid one into the excellent range. What a finish, too.
Leonardo stands 5'11", but he just has a bigger presence. So smooth. His lines look beautiful, and I don't know, I think he made a bit of an adjustment there. He's just decided to really clean up his lines at the moment.
And if that case is absolutely true, it says a lot about surfers.
So smooth. His lines look beautiful, and I don't know, I think he made a bit of an adjustment there. He's just decided to really clean up his lines at the moment.
And if that case is absolutely true, it says a lot about surfers riding a variety of surfboards throughout their training. You know, a lot of coaches will do that. If you watch the replay of the second wave of Leo Fioravanti, he got pretty darn tubed here too. Didn't have quite as clean an exit, and it felt like he kind of forced this barrel, but he did disappear once again. I mean, so for a second ride, it's going to be a good one. But I think you're right. I mean, it kind of does force you to surf a little bit different lines, and then all of a sudden it kind of gives you that much more experience at this level, you know, what kind of swell we have on tap. And look at the surfing he's doing. He really is. I mean, if this was a one-wave set, this was the fight-back wave that he would have needed.
For the rookies, obviously, to maybe be in a situation where they're losing out early on in an event once again, but Leo will be happy with the fact that he's posting excellent scores, and that's something that I'm sure his coach will be reassuring him if he doesn't progress through this heat.
Yeah, and I get that, but it's gonna sting first, I'll tell you, and he's gonna feel it. I mean, he probably so excited to be able to surf J-Bay at this level, you know, what kind of swell we have on tap. And look at the surfing he's doing. He really is. I mean, if this was a one-wave set, this was the fight-back wave that he would have needed. You know, he did set up this inside section. He's paying attention to that impossible section being an opportunity to get barreled, knowing that he's trying to kind of take the crowd out of it, too, with his own barrel riding skills. But sure enough, he would have popped up and then just saw that wave and been, oh, man.
And then backed it up with that. Here we go, though.
Leo's turn to answer. Slams on the brakes. He's gone. It stretches out this section. Can he come out? Leo's got a great answer to Flores.
Wow, we have got a shootout right now. Up with that. Here we go, though.
Leo's turn to answer. Slams on the brakes. He's gone. It stretches out this section. Can he come out? Leo's got a great answer to Flores.
A lot of people, when they take off on a peak here, they want to fade. They want to get that first big turn in on the outside. He seems way more intent on just collecting as much speed as he can before he digs in. We've got Leonardo up at the moment, finding some really smooth flow. As he rolls through to the inside, letting go of some nice rail turns. Needs to up the risk factor. And he does it on the end of his wave. Nice reverse there, but he is chasing his best score at an 8.81 to get himself back into the lead. But I love that about Felipe. It creates a lot of anticipation when you're watching him.
Yesterday running 20 heats, same goal today as we finally get to see Leo Fioravanti look for an opener with 9:40 to go on the clock. Snap to start into a wrapping cutback. draws it in the open face and then gets the finish. He was in a situation, Potts, where he had to make that wave.
He did. He needed to make that wave. Is he asking for a board change? 9 minutes to go. This is going to have to be a lightning fast pit stop here.
And you hope that you're in rhythm to go all the way from round one and stay hot all the way to finals day. Getting this one started, Leo Fioravanti flies free of the pit. And now working on a finish. Just down the line, he'll get out of there. But getting a crucial completion against Felipe Toledo to kick things off.
That's how you got to do it. Get the ball rolling fast, get a good wave under your belt, and put the pressure on your opponent.
And then look at this one. Wow. Can he pull it off? Oh, man, he can. Leo, in rhythm. Feel like this is going to be one of those dark horses you had touched on?
Oh, man, he is looking really confident at the moment. Look at the finish right there on the shoreline. The crowd erupting. As we see the takeoff once again, getting pretty deep in this section too, Pete.
Again, dragging the arms off the bottom turn, doing that speed control, using the rail, so he's got that carve and flow involved.
Again, one of the longer barrels we've seen on the day, and then to get that end section combo, come out of the tube with just enough time to launch off that lip.
Transition into the barrel. Absolutely perfect. You know, again, using that technique to find yourself deep in the barrel right when it starts, and he did that. And look at how long he is in there. It is just a time bubble. And then he just goes to town again. It's all these turns through the midsection. I mean, he had solid turns outside, the layback here on the inside, and then finds the tube. No downtime the entire wave. I think that was the key element to me, was the moment that he just kept surfing and it all melded together beautifully. That's called flow, with the innovation and progression stamp at the end. Nice work, Leo.
We're trying to replace their left-handing scores at the moment. How'd you like Leo's start?
Yeah, I mean, he's been so solid on his feet, hasn't he, Joe? An 8-point ride on his left that's so far counting. A 9.57 on the right, so that's his room for improvement right here on this left-hander. A couple of beautiful turns to kick things off. Looks for the barrel midway through the wave, which I thought was maybe a little bit of a mistake. Sacrificed a couple of maneuvers for that, but then finished strong as well. I think damaging his equipment towards the end of that wave, just a testament of how hard he's pushing his boards.
Now we see Leo up the point. Is that Zeke up the point, or Leo sneaking into this one? So this was from a long way out the back. We just saw a cleanup set come through. Now Leo doing some damage on the first turn. Vertical, repeats it a second time. And I like the way he's really driving his board through those big carves out on the face as well. Drops the other shoulder, goes into a layback, so plenty of variety from the Italian. Up into the lip, that was pretty jazzy. And wow, he is looking fluent and seamless on this wave. Leo Fioravanti, he's already holding a 6.17. You'd imagine he's well on his way to getting rid of his 5.23. And then gets the tail slide in as well. So this is a great wave for Leo Fioravanti. Stands tall, gives it the no claim. We're all on to you, Leo. Come on. But that is a beautifully surfed wave by Leo Fioravanti.
Of course, he's far in the draw, so there might be a little bit of mental pressure to deal with. Meanwhile, Leo Fioravanti will pick up on another wave in the set. And he gets back with those blunt hammers to the lip. 6.83 to start, now working on wave 2. Lovely repertoire through the inside. Broken lip, but there is a lip line, and the minute you can go vertical here at Ribeira de Ellis, the judges will lap it up for you. And of course, if you can get progressional and complete it,
that's a big score right there, Giggs.
That's a good hammer right there. So Leonardo Fioravanti showing that class and pedigree. Already showed it to us in 2015, dominating for most of that qualifying series back then.
You're getting limber. And Leo Fioravanti showing some flexibility as well as he flexes through a couple of turns, sits on the tail.
This is stop number 1 of the Vans Triple Crown of Surfing. 12 minutes and 14 seconds left. Leo Fioravanti needs a big score. He needs to do big surfing like that to get it. That's just what the judges ordered. Leo Fioravanti is feeling good.
And it's low. You don't want to see one of these guys lose. All three of these guys are going crazy.
Here we go again. Leonardo Fioravanti straight up into the lip. That was insanity, and he's at it again, laying into his second turn. Flexing with everything he's got. Leonardo Fioravanti trying to force the issue, letting the judges know. And they're going to be totaling up their highest 2 scoring waves. 5 judges throughout the high score and the low score. We average the 3 middle scores. It's the nuts and bolts of the operation here, but what it all comes down to, Because whoever surfs the best on the two best waves is going to win. And if you surf like that, most likely you're going to make it through a heat. That was Leonardo Fioravanti, and that is his bread and butter. A big, healthy frontside carving snap. Put together a pair of them on that last wave. That was a nice second scoring wave for Leonardo Fioravanti from Rome, Italy.
Setting up this wave deeper is the Italian. Leo Fioravanti, whip off the top. Nice carve on the open face. Sets that rail for a rapid cutback. Nice clean surfing, just jamming all in the right. But couldn't take it down. Meanwhile, Fioravanti, the Italian, with some room to move in the pit. Leo into daylight. He is feeling it. What a wave. Clutch performance there from Leo, up against the greatest of all time. And to celebrate on the sand with a crowd that wants to see him do well. That's probably one of the more memorable barrels he's had in his career out here.
Wade Carmichael says no. Further on the shoulder is going to be Leonardo Fioravanti. Layback hack. Tons of spray flying off the rail. Another big hack on that inside section. Loads up again. Boom. Hits that oncoming section.
And Leo just looked at it. And Charlie ended up bettering his scoreline. And that's the gamble you take. But he's up and riding now. This one looks nice and sweet on that second turn and hits the final oncoming section with a lot of speed and a lot of power.
That was a good, he needed that finishing turn, didn't he? The first two weren't overly convincing, but the last turn, there's no denying that one. That was a full-blown waka.
So best score so far.
Mikey with a 717. Leo Fioravanti back in the barrel, way back there, and he comes out, and he is likely to match that number just dropped by Mikey Wright. And you know what? Some sauce on the eggs right there with the air reverse at the end. So a little more saucy, a deep barrel, and comboed it up.
We're still enjoying today, called professional surfing. Moving down the line with a lot of big connections already. When in Rome. Blasting some big turns when at Meriwether Beach. The Italian is just loving this playing field today. So much confidence, so much incredible energy. Oh, another hammer through the inside. Feels like he's just freestyling a bit out there today. Big bowl inside section. What a way to finish. Fioravanti is firing on all cylinders today. Welcome to the round of 32 here at the Boost Mobile Margaret River Pro, presented by Corona. John Florence taking on Leonardo Fioravanti, and Leo demands the start on a bomb. Frontside wrap, nice and controlled from the Italian. Big rip off the lip. Layback under the closeout section, and Leonardo finishes on his feet.
And in the heat too. Your mind doesn't work the same sometimes. As we're seeing Leonardo Fioravanti, his second ride. And, you know, their colors are the same with the flag. I think we can claim Leo as an honorary Mexicano. But he did some beautiful work right here, Joe. On the inside, I love that hack from the Italian surfer. And look at this finish, up into the lip.
A lot of people kept telling me that I was built to win this event, and it started to put a little bit more pressure on me. Well, he's living up to those expectations and more. This right here is going to be a great battle. And the waves, well, they're providing. As we see, he's kicking this off. Is going to be Leonardo Fioravanti. Beautiful style. He's got every trick in the book. Mainly relies on the strength of that big forehand carve. Straight up into the lip there. Solid fundamentals. Course for Leonardo. This wave just keeps giving him opportunities. He keeps driving down the line. Can he get the big finish? He does. That's how you want to start a heat, Kale.
Wow, Viva Italia. Leo, who surfed the first wave I saw this morning. His 77 sharp eye looking so good.
As we see Leonardo Fioravanti, the Olympian, represented Italy beautifully over there in Tokyo last year. And he has just looked so on his road through to this point in the contest, and he's connected with a decent wall here, providing plenty of opportunity as he hammers down the line, up into the hook of the wave there, drops out the lip, and gets back to the top for another finish. And he knows just how crucial that ride was. And that's where he really collected the majority of points down the line here.
And of course, you know, it'll be difficult for him when he goes home and says, well, you know, what was the win you win the contest? Oh, I won the contest at Greenmount.
Yeah, I started at Snapper Rocks and won it at Greenmount, but he's got a couple of heats to go if he wants to take that victory. But he is doing some brilliant surfing, and yeah, just didn't give up on this one, and the wave rewarded him for it. Big hit to finish. I mean, from the judges' perspective, that was just all fins.
Back to the scores. Well, we'll get back to scores for Leo in a moment because he's on another wave. Now driving down the line, goes for the air again. Wow. Super high tail on that one.
We saw it earlier in another heat, and then we've seen it again here. The judges are going to have nowhere to go with this score. This is infinitely better than his previous ride, and they've already got a 7.23 down for that, and he's not even done yet. That was a legitimate backside air, and I'm really curious to see where the score goes.
Okay.
And Freddie's going to let him go, so Leo is going to find a step on the inside. Here he goes. Can he go to the air? Oh. Lovely alley-oop, and he'll put it down flat. The requirement is a 6.41. And he's going deep. So Leo Fioravanti looks like he's going to get the first wave. So already a good move. First turn's crucial. There's a big carve. He's looking really sharp yesterday. He's talking about how much he likes this wave, knows the ins and outs of it, and just driving around the corner. He's looking so fast in between his turns. There's no sort of no little transitions. He's just scalping. He's just killing it. And when he gets the section, he absolutely belts it. So there you go again. He did this yesterday. First wave was really, really on point. He didn't make a mistake then, and that's a big, big number to drop. Chico Alves, he looks so focused and so determined.
WSL finals at Trestles. Struggled relative to that on his sophomore year. Wants to get back for 2023. Fioravanti already hunting a backup. Quick slices in the pocket for him. Bang, tags the lip really hard. Little projection out of the lip line to the flats into a bottom turn, and this one will just sit up very cooperatively indeed. And how'd you like them apples? Slams the lid shut with a layback jam, just raking that tail and those fins through the lip line. Coming out with speed. What a way to start a heat for Leo. Welcome back to live action. You're watching Leo Fioravanti with a big lead in his quarterfinal number 4. And he's streaking down the line. Again, drops a solid turn on the end. Releases the tail and just emerges from an explosion of white water under the cliff here in front of the rock garden.
This is the wave, Chico. I mean, Flip Jarvis, talk us through it.
It started off pretty whitewashy, the wave, so must be something special on the inside. As you see, nice carving on the outside. And yeah, the wave wasn't that clean, but surfing really good off the top. And let's see this double up. It's probably going to be something really special, because right now he's just waiting for that wave to stand up. As we see here, a nice setup carve. And look at this bolly section. Oh my God. That was insane finishing turn. He loved that. Just doing the flex body.
Welcome back to the men's final. EDP Vista Pro Ericeira. Picking up live action. Here's the Italian, your heat leader, Fioravanti. Down the line with speed. What's he got for a finish? Hits it hard. Out into the flat again. Tags it and emerges. The crowd love it. Or at least some of them do. Belly there with Jose Gregorio. Heads up Quicksilver down here in Portugal. And Fioravanti finally getting a backup for the 817.
That was pretty good, eh? He projected through that. Here's Leo behind him. What an exchange. Yeah. Oh, wow. Leo's missed that last little finish, but the damage might have been done out the back. Love Luca's last turn. He projected through that lip. It was great.
It means kayak can mean yes, it can mean hello, and it can mean welcome at the same time. So, yeah, much like aloha as well.
And what about another one, mate, that you can drop on us?
Look, there's many words, but I guess the best one would be with Warrington. Warrington is the ocean, so it's what we're here to do and celebrate today. So Warrington being the ocean.
And this particular piece of ocean is unbelievable. Always gives us big conditions, throws a whole lot of energy our way. There's a former winner, Adriano de Souza, and he's been working with Leonardo, and that's a much better ride. Adriano liked it, just a complete wave, and Leo with a minute and 20 to go might just make his way to the beach.
How he surfed with the pressure of a final wave and requiring a big score.
This is a nice little warm-up session for Fioravanti. So quick. Remember, he's got the lineup to himself. Unfortunately, Ian Gentile had to withdraw right before the matchup. And with the overlapping format, Leo still gets some time in the ocean. Rosie, what'd you see?
You know what it was for me is just the power, the impact that he's putting on every move. There's an emphasis on it. It's not just trying to get to that next section and making sure that he doesn't mess up and get caught behind. Every move, there's a lot of emphasis, and he's laying that rail so beautifully, so much power. Love this whip. Everyone's staying so connected with their equipment, staying low center of gravity gives them that opportunity to get ready for that next turn. Beautiful combination, a lot of variety. You know, this barrel isn't particularly deep, I think, because he was really eyeing off this next section. He wanted to stay critical in order to get enough speed to do the air reverse. That front foot loses connection completely. He stays low, quick swivel through that one.
We haven't seen anybody bring a spare board for unfortunate error like that.
But he's so in tune, he kind of knew it was going to happen.
Yes, yeah.
What'd you see, Pete?
Just incredible surfing, so polished, so crisp. I think all of that is something that great flow, didn't look like ever rushed. Again, you get to that end, and on finals day, you got to make that last move.
And when you look at these turns individually, they're all impactful. It's not like kind of like a down carp to set him up for the next thing. He's really putting an emphasis on every time that he's kicking that tail pad. Got super deep on the barrels. What happened on this end section?
Yeah, well, that's the transition, that tight transition. You get the nose pick. That's why they do the nose pick. It softens it a little bit and allows that board to come quickly down into that trough, but still whipping it around. You got to get it quickly whipped around because the energy of the wave dissipates super quickly.
It's so fun to watch. Let's watch it from the Cup Noodle ski cam.
Do you know what? In my mind, for Leo, it's like, okay, when you're coming up against an opponent like Felipe, the most successful surfer in the basin, it's like, what's going to set me apart? What are my strengths? And Leo is sticking to them. Each individual maneuver for me from Leo is super powerful and can stand alone as a big move. The depth in the barrel was really cool. And then also the air at the end, obviously we're going to get to that in a little bit, but it was so special to see him kind of flip up under the hood like that. But every turn from Leo had a bit of impact, a bit of emphasis. Does he improve on the 8? Like you said, Joe, he didn't get the finish and he was rewarded with that excellence. Let's see. Let's really break down what he was able to do here. Goes for that air reverse, cups it out in such a crucial, critical part of the wave. So easy to get pushed down. Do you think he improves?
I think he does.
Saw the wind up. Beautiful alley-oop for Barry Mamiya. Answering back now, Leonardo. Incredible series of powerful turns. Wow. Perfect layback jam right in the pocket. This right here is just pure power from Leonardo. Another big snap all the way through to the inside. This is about his 9th turn, all consequential.
Now they have to reposition themselves.
Look at Kanoa underneath.
Kanoa not able to get the snake there. Fioravanti floats it through that first section. Oh, this looks like a good wave for the Italian surfer. Bashes the lip there, a little bit of release. Purchases on the fins with some drive off the bottom. Finds enough drive to find some more open face. Multiple combos to the finish. Just get the message that there will be 35-minute heats for those women's elimination rounds, but no heat restart, so get busy out there. Here we go. Fioravanti deep on this one. Ooh. Can he make it out? And he does. That's a nice start for the Italian.
That was very, very dicey. That foam ball had some potholes in it as he was going over the top of it, and he was kind of coming into it with a bunch of speed, and it was able to somehow unweight and glide over the top of it. It's one of the techniques, and you start to see the white water, and you got to go over the top of it. Amazing what he's been able to do.
I was him on the quick backup right here. One more time into the barrel, Leo Fioravanti, and he wants to shut this heat out in the first 8 minutes.
So, you look at where these two waves happen, right? Pretty much within, 2 minutes?
Yeah.
Right? So there you go. There's an example of how quickly you can turn a heat around and go excellent. This feels like this is going to be a number that's going to get him an excellent heat.
All right, here's the reply. Here goes Leo Fioravanti in the tube. He's traveling and he comes out. Fioravanti is absolutely delighted. He disappeared from view. The late takeoff straight into the tube, knifes it in, and all smiles in his camp. What a wait with now 30 seconds on the clock from Leo Fioravanti to get himself back in this heat, and it looks like back in the quarters.
I'm not sure what this board's going to do. I'm not connected with it.
Yeah, but nice having your brother where your quiver gets a lot bigger if you can ride similar dimensions. Watching Leo Fioravanti carve, hit the lip line, winding up for a big whip off the top again. Solid power surfing from the Italian, and he'll create some space for one more snap and a celebration for number 46, Snake.
A really important wave there for Leo, needed a 5.84.
Now moving on to the next one, we've got Fioravanti throwing down that quick little redirect on the open face, under the lip on the lean back. Draws some water off the top again, hacking in a ton of different maneuvers, and he will shut it down. So Miguel needing a 7.88, and Leo trying to protect that second spot with 1:40 to go.
Interesting. I don't know whether Leo's going to improve